Hi, this is Marisol Medina, and this is the second part of the video for the artifact number 3 on how to create your rhombus. In this video, we are going to learn how to do the UpLeft side of the rhombus. So what do you need in order to follow the video? Of course, you need access to Bellevue College Canvas Pro 109, the description of the assignment just in case you need to review it. I'm using JSBin as my editor, but you can use any other editor. I'm going to keep hosting my site on a workspace, so I'm going to use it during this video, or you can use your own site. But most important, you need to complete what we did on the video artifact number 3, Rhombus guideline. So it's already in YouTube, so you can just go and watch it if you haven't done it yet. So what is exactly the upper left on your rhombus? So the upper left side is similar to aligning the upper right completely to the right side, but we are not doing that. That is like cheating. The reason why I don't want you to use CSS is because I want you to keep practicing loops in JavaScript. So we are going to create the UpLeft function similar to the previous one that we did, and then we are going to fill in the blanks or with the spaces on the left side of every row until we can print the symbol that we need. So something similar like this. If we are building a rhombus with 5 lines, the first line is going to work like this. We're going to fill in the blank with 4 dashes or spaces, and then we print our character. The second line will have 3 dashes or spaces and then 2 asterisks. Then the third one is going to have 2 spaces and 3 asterisks. The fourth line is going to have only 1 space and 4 asterisks, and the last row is going to be full of asterisks. So we are going to also keep the same pattern, so even has a different color than the odd position. So just let's start, and we are going to continue doing our coding on one we had before. So on the last video, you completed the up right and the down right part. So the up left is very similar to the up right or the down right in terms of variables. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to copy these to my main function, because now I want to call the function UpLeft. I don't have it yet, but I'm going to create it. So most of the code is reusable. So what I'm going to do is copy and paste the function, the appRun function, and just put it above the upright. So now I can modify this one. So the first thing I'm going to do is to change name. Now I need to have an applet function. The parameters are exactly the same. The line, this variable, is the one where we are going to keep building our string. So we are going to keep it that way. The only thing that we are going to change on this external loop is rather than starting in 0, we are going to start in 1. If we are starting in 1, that means that we need to have less or equal, because now we need to get from 1 through 5. The reason why I'm starting in 1 is because this is going to determine how many asterisks I need to print on the first line. So if I is 1, then I need 1 asterisk. On the next iteration, if I is 2, I will need 2 asterisks, and so on. Now, we start every single line as a paragraph. But here, before adding the symbols, what I need to do is just fill in the left side of every row, similar to the animation, with spaces or blanks. So first I'm going to start with spaces, and then we're going to change it to blanks so you can see how it works. And I need a loop that is going to fill in those blanks. So I'm going to start with 1, and I'm just going to stop to my p height minus the position of the row, because that determines how many spaces I need, and I need to increment to x plus plus. Now, what I need to do is just append to the R line the symbol. In this case, I'm just going to use the dash. And the last part is just to change this loop. Rather than starting in 0, we are going to start where we were left on our X, on our previous loop. And we are going to stop where P height is instead of where I is P height. And the last part that we need to do is rather than sending that new string to the upright, we need to send it to our UpLeft part. And that's it. This is the UpLeft function. So let's test that. So I'm going to run this with JavaScript, display Rhombus, and here we are. Exactly the same results at the animation. 4 dashes, 1 asterisk, 3 dashes, 2 asterisks, 2 dashes, 3 asterisks, 1 dash, 4 asterisks, and the last row has the 5 asterisks that I needed. So the last part that I want to do is rather than using dashes, what we want to have is a symbol, the same symbol, like the symbol that the user selected in here, but with the same background color as in our web page. And the reason why we want to use that is because every character has different sizes, and we want to keep our rhombus like a uniform size. So I'm going to comment this. And rather than having this, I'm going to add, copy and paste this code in here because I want to keep that symbol. And what I'm going to do is just create a class in CSS that is going to be called space. And space, because my background is white, what I want to do is whatever character, whatever symbol I send in to my screen, that space is going to have a background color of white. So the way we reference classes, this is a class on CSS, is by using period space, and what I just want to do is to keep the color white. Okay, now let's test this. So we have the display Rhombus, and here we are. I removed the dashes, but if you just highlight, you see the asterisks are still there, but they have a different color. They are white, so you can see them. So my whole rhombus is gonna work no matter what I do, because the rest of the code was working. So the last part that you need to do is just copy in a workspace what we just added. So I'm gonna go ahead and copy that JavaScript function, go to a workspace where I had in my code, and find my JavaScript. I'm going to replace that JavaScript with my new code. I'm going to save this, and also I need to replace my CSS code. And I have the CSS code in here, so I only needed one class. And finally, I just can go to my Rhombus HTML page. I can copy Control A, Control C the link, and just go to a new tab and test my Rhombus. So I'm gonna choose 10 rows, display Rhombus, and it's working perfectly. Display Rhombus, another color, another symbol. If you can see, now the symbol is $1. So if you highlight that left side, you have all your dollars, but they are white. So this is one approach. You can have a different approach. What I want you to do is to keep using loops and JavaScript. So I'm not gonna do the down left part because it's very easy. Once you understand how I did the UpLeft, you only need to change one line of code on the UpLeft function. So I hope